Hello, young men. Good evening. You are welcome in the SOAP education class program organized by Society of Career Technology and Jan Vikas Mahasabha. You know, due to this lockdown, many teachers have started career classes, educational classes online. So SOAP and Jan Vikas Mahasabha also has started online classes of zoology. Very soon we will start classes on other subjects also. In zoology class, in the ninth episode, you are welcome. On the last time, we were talking about different types of cell division, amitosis, free nuclear division, mitosis, etc. Now, today we will talk about meiosis. In meiosis, a very interesting thing is that here chromosome number is reduced to half. Suppose in our body cells we have 46 chromosomes, then in gonads the chromosome number will be reduced to half, it will become 23. You can ask, why? What is the need of this reduction? This reduction is essential because in sexually reproducing organisms, both gametes, male and female gametes, unite to form a zygote, and then zygote divides to form a multicellular organism. So the zygote, it will again regain the same 46 number chromosomes. This way, in every generation, that chromosome number is restored. So in meiosis or meiotic division, it is called a reductional division because here the chromosome number is reduced to half. Here, two divisions take place simultaneously. The first meiotic division and second meiotic division. But only first meiotic division is reductional in nature, in which the chromosome number is reduced to half. The second meiotic division is simple somatic in nature, like mitosis. Here the chromosome number remains the same. So now let us start the meiosis. You can see meiotic cell division in the gonads. Germ cells are formed. Two divisions take place simultaneously, the first meiotic division and second meiotic division. Only the first meiotic division is reductional in nature. Here the chromosome number is reduced to half or haploid. The second meiotic division is similar to normal mitosis. Here the chromosome number remains the same. Thus, from a single cell, after the two meiotic divisions, 4 cells are formed. The first meiotic division again contains the same 4 stages: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. Second meiotic division also contains those 4 steps: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. But here there is a difference. Here prophase stage is very long and it includes 5 stages: leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene and dikinesis. In leptotene stage, the same thing happens like prophase, mitotic prophase. Here it starts with the division of centrosome. The nuclear membrane also starts dissolving. Nucleolus also dissolves and the chromatin network splits into distinct rod-like structures called chromosomes. So if we talk about the interphase stage, in the nucleus, there was a chromatin network and there was a dark nucleolus. When the cell division starts, in the leptotene stage, the centrosome divides into 2 and the 2 centrioles get separated from each other. A repulsive force develops in between them. The nuclear membrane also starts dissolving. The nucleolus also starts dissolving. And the chromatin network splits into 2 distinct many distinct thread-like structures, the chromosomes. one interesting point is there here. Although in the natural cell or natural slide we don't get difference in the color, but as here I have to show crossing over, so I am making the diagram like this. There is one chromosome like this and a similar chromosome coming from the other parent. You know, for each type of chromosome we have two chromosomes, one obtained from paternal parent, the other obtained from maternal parent. Both these chromosomes are of similar types. They are called homologous chromosomes. So here I am taking example of only two pair of chromosomes. Here one interesting point is that cell division has started, but each chromosome is containing a single chromatid. That although synthesis of DNA had already taken place in interphase stage, but the finishing touch remains. So final division of one chromatid into two chromatid will take place in late prophase in Pachytene stage. So let us see. Number one, division of centrosome. The two centrioles get separated. A repulsive force develops in between them. Second, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus also dissolve. Chromatin network is split into distinct rod-like chromosomes. Till this time, there is a single chromatid in each chromosome. In the second stage, what happens? The homologous chromosomes come very close to each other and they make a pair. This type of pairing is called synaptic pairing or synapsis. As you can see here, in leptotene stage, the chromosomes were having a single chromatid. They were scattered. In zygotene stage, the homologous chromosomes have come very close to each other and make a pair. This type of pairing is called synaptic pairing. A very interesting thing happens. Now, in the Pachytene stage, third stage, the chromosome having single chromatid is splits longitudinally so that two chromatids are formed in each chromosomes. For example, earlier the chromosome was having a single chromatid, the other one was also single, both came together to make the synaptic pairing. After that, what happens? Each of these chromosomes having single chromatid splits longitudinally so that here also two chromatids come together. Here also two chromatids come together attached with the same centromere. And at the same time, at certain places, some transverse splitting also take place. So these chromosomes, the inner chromatids, break at certain points, maybe 1, 2, or in small chromosomes, they may not also break. So what happens? Let us see. Here, suppose at this point, a break takes place. This part divides. And here this part also divides. And at this point, this part becomes attached with this portion, right? And similarly, this part becomes attached with this portion. This way, an exchange of segments take place, and that exchange of segment is called crossing over. And due to this exchange, a cross-like structure is formed for some time. That cross-like structure is called chiasma, singular is chiasma. plural is chiasmata. So chiasma is formation is result of crossing over. You can see here each chromosome have become divided into two chromatids longitudinally, and at such 2 points they have divided transversely also and make a cross-like structure which is called chiasma. So this is Pachytene stage. After that, in the fourth stage of prophase, as soon as one chromatid divides into two chromatid, each chromosome becomes complete, and then in between the two centromeres of the homologous pair of chromosomes, a repulsive force starts. They start repelling each other. This is called diplotin stage. You can see here. As soon as this crossing over has taken place, a repulsive force develops in between the centromere. They start repelling each other, go apart. The point of attachment, chiasma, starts moving towards the terminal end. This movement of chiasma towards the terminal end is called terminalization. So in diplotin stage, in this step, now a repulsive force develops in between the centromeres of homologous chromosomes and they start separating. The point of chiasma also starts moving towards the terminal end. This rotation of chiasma towards terminal ends is called terminalization. Now the last step of first meiotic prophase is dikinesis, in which the homologous chromosomes have totally separated, and the separated chromosomes are called now, as the crossing over has taken place, they are called crossovers. Here you can see the homologous chromosomes have totally separated from each other. Crossing over has been completed, so these chromosomes are called crossovers. Now, the second stage, the metaphase starts. Metaphase is interesting because in normal mitotic metaphase, when 4 chromosomes were there, all the 4 chromosomes were present separately at the equatorial plate. But here in meiotic metaphase, what happens? The chromosomes arrange in a homologous pair. What will happen? In anaphase, when they will start repelling each other and start moving towards the pole, they make a V or J shape. Here, out of the homologous pair, only one chromosome will go to the daughter cell. And you know, this is the second law of segregation of Greger-John Mendel. So meiotic metaphase is different from mitotic metaphase. Here the homologous chromosomes arrange in pair at equatorial plate. In anaphase, in between the centromeres of homologous chromosomes, a repulsive force develops, so they start moving towards their poles and make a V or J shape. Out of a homologous pair of chromosomes, only one goes in a daughter's nucleus. You know, this is called the law of segregation. In telophase, the same movements which had taken place in prophase, now they take place in opposite direction. Here, a new nuclear membrane is formed, a new nucleolus is formed, and again the chromosomes attach with each other to form a chromatin network and become diffused. So here you can see telophase, in which 2 daughter nuclei have been formed, each having only 2 chromatids, 2 chromosomes. Earlier the chromosome number was 4, here the chromosome number has been reduced to half. And now, just after this first meiotic division, the second meiotic division starts. In second meiotic division, again there is same prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase. In the metaphase, they arrange in the middle equatorial plate, but here there is no homologous chromosomes. they are single. The centromere splits into two, and the two chromatids start moving towards the two poles, make a V or J shape, and finally a new nuclear membrane is formed, a new nucleolus is formed, new centrosome is formed, and we get 4 daughter cells of same type having the haploid number of chromosomes. This meiotic division is important because in a sexually reproducing organism, both male and female gametes unite with each other. If there would not have been a meiosis, then in each generation the chromosome number would have been doubled. That will lead to polyploidy. But here, every time the chromosome number is reduced to half in each gamete. So let us see in which step of gametogenesis this meiotic division takes place. Let us see about spermatogenesis and oogenesis. During spermatogenesis, up to the stage of spermatogonia, it is 2x or diploid. The primary spermatocyte, they are again diploid, 2x. But at this stage, first meiotic division takes place. A secondary spermatocyte is formed, which is haploid, having only X number or half number of chromosomes. Then the second meiotic division takes place, 4 spermatids are formed. Initially the spermatids are rounded cell. Later on their shape changes into an elongated cell. This is called spermiogenesis. Similarly, during oogenesis also, up to the oogonia stage, it is 2x or diploid. In the primary oocyte, 2x first meiotic division takes place to form a secondary oocyte and a polar body. Here the chromosome number is reduced. Second meiotic division takes place, but here there is one interesting fact. In second meiotic division phase, prophase, metaphase. In the metaphase stage, the centriole is lost. So the development is arrested at the metaphase stage. Further development of the anaphase and telophase will be completed only after getting the centriole of the sperm cell. So here you can see in the metaphase stage, the chromosomes are arranged equatorial plate. Development is arrested at this stage. At the time of fertilization, a centriole of a sperm cell comes, form the two poles, the anaphase and telophase is completed, and a complete ooted or ovum is formed. After fertilization, it is called the zygote, in which the chromosome number is restored to normal again. Thank you very much. Okay, see you tomorrow. Last but not the least, I would like to say you that it is your program. I have made a schedule, but in your syllabus or in your examination pattern, if you have any question, any problem on any topic of zoology, you can ask me any day till 5:30 to 5:45. 5 to 5:30 is the recording time, but after that for 15 minutes is the question hour. In 5:30 p.m. to 5:45, you can contact us at this number 9026124880, either by SMS or WhatsApp or telephonically or maybe online. You can contact me, and if you wish to ask any other chapter, you can make a call. I shall try to manage it within 72 hours or 48 hours to arrange a small lecture of that topic. So, wish you good luck. Thank you.